Hey y'all, today we're making porchetta on the Weber Kettle. So for this porchetta, which is a traditional Italian meal, we're gonna take this is about a 5-pound pork belly that we got from our local grocery store. And I'll show you what we did. The first thing we did on this was you wanna get this skin as dry as possible. So we put it on this rack, and then I took my Jaccard, which is basically a meat tenderizer, and I just went through and covered and poked holes completely in this pork skin. We want to turn this in, we want to make this crispy and crackling. So this is going to be like our showpiece of this dish, along with all these great flavors we're putting in it. So again, about a 5-pound pork belly. We're going to take this tray away, and I'm going to lay this just like this, and I'll show you what we did to it. Traditionally, you can buy a porchetta from your butcher, and what they're going to do is you're going to get part of the belly, a big section of the belly, and then the loin, and you roll it all together. What we're going to do, since we don't have the loin section, is I took this and butterflied this pork belly completely open. So when you pull it down, this is what you'll have. Now you see we have a little section here, it got a little thin. That's completely fine. But we're going to season this up with some salt, pepper. We have some fresh thyme, rosemary, parsley, and we're also going to hit it with a little bit of tarragon and fennel. Fennel is the key to this. We're also going to roll in with this a fresh pork tenderloin, and I'll show you what we did to that. But first we're going to get started on this section right here. So I'm just going to hit it with some, just, a little bit of salt and pepper. You don't need to go real heavy. And you want to get all sides of this. Now, if you wanted to use an AP, like a salt, pepper, garlic, you could here. That would be completely fine. We're going to come back with some pepper. And a lot of times, when this is finished cooking, they'll chop this up and make sandwiches out of it, which is also very good. So we're just going to flip this guy over. We're going to hit this side again with the pepper. And you can use as much or as little as you like. And then back across with salt. So now to get to this side of it. First thing we're going to do is I have some minced garlic that we did. It was fresh, and we put it in some olive oil. And y'all, I'm just going to use my hands here. So we're just going to reach in here. I want some of that oil because it's going to work as our binder, and we're just going to rub this in. You want to make sure that you get a bunch of that garlic in there, just like so. We're going to do the whole inside of this, and then we're going to come back across with all of our fresh seasonings, and we're going to lay our pork tenderloin in here flat, do the same thing, and then we're going to roll this guy up. So again, we got some fresh thyme here sprinkled on. Doesn't have to be real heavy. Come back across with a little bit of rosemary. Freaking thing smells good already. We haven't even started anything cooking yet, but we'll just do that there. I'll hit it with some of that fresh Italian parsley. Again, you can stuff this with anything you like. If you wanted to put sausage in here, that would be fine. Anything. We're just going to hit it with just a little bit of this tarragon. This is very strong. It has a licorice aroma to it, so not too heavy on that. Now the fennel. This is really the star of the show on this dish, so you want to make sure you get plenty of this on there. It'll really make this pork pop. And you can use, this is a little bit of ground and a little bit of whole fennel mixed together. So we're getting a little bit of each on there. So now I'm going to take this pork tenderloin, and the only thing I did with this was super simple. This was one whole tenderloin that you get in a pack. I butterflied it open, and then I hammered it out and made it nice and uniform. We're gonna set this right on this end right here, like so. And now I'm gonna do the same thing with this. Get some of that garlic on there. Get that good and happy. Then we're gonna come back, and I think on this I'm just gonna use some thyme. And some more of that fennel. So again, you can put anything you want in here. Really traditional is pork shoulder, pork loin. But again, you could use sausage. We're using pork tenderloin today. So we're gonna get this turned around. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna roll it up. Okay, so now we got everything seasoned. I turned my cutting board around just to make this easier to work with. And what we're gonna do is just roll this into itself. So you wanna try to keep this as nice and tight as you can to get this rolled up. So I'm just gonna keep it nice and tight as we go. You can see that skin come around there. And we're gonna pull this guy together. And now we're gonna tie it up. Now, a good trick to get this skin nice and dry, after you Jaccard it, you put it on a rack, put it in your refrigerator for at least 4 hours. You could go overnight and it'll get this nice and dry. That way you get a real nice crispy skin while you're cooking it. We're gonna get this thing tied up now. So all I did is laid out some butcher's twine here. We're gonna carefully pick this guy up and set it right across there, like that. And I'm gonna start in the middle. You don't have to be a knot expert to do this. Just flip it over a few times, cinch it nice and tight, and then just tie your knot. We'll go back through and clean up those ends. So you're just gonna, I usually go around like 3 or 4 times, and it's gonna hold that nice and tight for you, just like so. I'm gonna go through, tie all these up. And again, today we're cooking this on a Weber Kettle using our rotisserie. I want to try to get a good, nice, crispy skin. So probably going to be cooking this at about 300. We want to finish somewhere around 145. Okay, so we have our porchetta all rolled up here. Looks pretty. We're going to go ahead and get our spit rod through here, right through the center. There we go. Just like so. Nice and tight on that end. Tighten this end up good. And again, we got our Weber Kettle. It's running about 300. We're going to take this guy out and get her on. So we have our Weber Kettle running at 300. As you can see here, I got a bit of a indirect fire going. So we're going to keep it off one side like we typically do when we're running our rotisserie. Just going to get this guy locked in. Get our bushing squared away here. And I'm going to let this go probably about a half an hour to see how it's doing, and see if we need to add anything, see if we need to tweak the fire, the temperature at all. And then I'll go ahead and stick a probe in it, one of our meters, and we'll go from there. But we want to finish this thing again right at 145, give or take a degree or two. So we're going to close it up. We'll be back here shortly. Okay, so we're about almost an hour into this guy already, I believe, 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to go and take a look at it. We're running at 350. Whoa, 350. That skin is looking good on here. Hear that? Starting to get where we want. You see that fat's rendering nice. We're just going to go ahead and stick our meter probe in here Again, we're looking for 145. Try to get in there. We're going to turn this back on. We don't want to let it cool down too much. But as you can see, it's looking really good. Still got plenty of coal left to finish this guy. We're going to go ahead and turn it back on. Once this goes off, we'll bring you out and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have hit 145 on our meter probe, and look at this, guys. It is looking unbelievable. We're going to stop it right when it gets to this opening. And we're just going to go ahead and check it. I want to check it in a few spots. See if maybe we need to... Yeah, see right there, we're still at 139. And that one's about 130. So we're going to go ahead and leave this on for probably maybe another 10 minutes. I'm going to spin this top just a little bit. I'm going to have to get some heat gloves, but I want to spin it. There we go. Spin that just a little bit. We'll come back and check it in about 10 minutes. Just probe it a few more times, but we're getting real close. The thing looks amazing. Okay, so we have hit temperature. We probed this thing. We're good all throughout at 145 now. You got a good crispy skin on the outside. We're going to pull this off. We want to let it rest at least 15 minutes before we cut this. Get those strings removed, and we're going to slice it up and give it a try for you. So we're just going to pull this thing out of here. I think I can one-hand it. And then we're going to set it right onto a cookie sheet. And we'll take it inside. Let it rest for a little bit. It smells amazing. It's gorgeous looking. Can't wait to try it. We got some good, I think we got some good crunchy skin. So let's go and cut this up, y'all. Okay, so our porchetta has, see, we got some good crisp there. It has rested for about 15 minutes. We are going to go ahead and slice this open. We can check out how the inside of this looks. It smells wonderful. Today we're going to be cutting with a new knife. This is a chef knife by Kulina. You want to check these out? We'll put a link at the bottom. You can try these out. These things are super sharp. Trust me. We're going to go ahead and cut this guy open. Yeah. Look at the juice pouring out of this thing, y'all. We're going to go ahead and spin this guy. Look at that money shot. It smells freaking amazing. Okay, so you can see this thing turned out gorgeous. I mean, the juice in this thing, unbelievable, y'all. Cooked through. We're going to go ahead and cut a piece and try this. And I'm going to try to stay on this side of this string. You hear that nice crunchy skin. She cut perfect. We're going to go ahead and just going to cut it across here. Take a piece right there. The flavor and the juice from all those seasoning, absolutely unbelievable. You could chop this up and make sandwiches, slice it up and eat it as it is. Give this recipe a try. Super easy. Take your time with it. You can do it in the oven, do it on a rotisserie like we did. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Get you some of that porchetta.